which provides promotional services to the industry. There's a review which is in the works right now. So as we create these new organizations, the opportunity for ensuring good collaboration with OTMP is a good one, and we want to take advantage of that. So we've created regions. The Northern Ontario is one region with 3 sub-regions. I will be in Sault Ste. Marie on Monday to talk to the organizations that have come together there. And Southern Ontario is 12 regions. This is a romantically named Region 9 right now, but we're welcoming, as we move forward, the opportunity for people to come up with a name that actually says something about the region and the tourist offering that's here. So we are moving forward with this in the provincial budget. The dollars have been provided to move towards the establishment of these regional tourism organizations. The maps that you saw were put out by former Minister Smith just before Christmas, and just in January we issued a request for expressions of interest and have received all of those back. We were looking for organizations working together to ensure there was a good base of support from the tourism industry within the region, a commitment to deliver a strong organization that reflects the needs of the regions, and legal capacity, and looking at the resources that are already there and how we might bring those together to support not so much the RTO, but to support the tourism industry in the region. We had heard, and in our travels about the province, we had some concerns that it would be difficult in some places to get the industry working together to create one organization in each of these regions. So we were very happy when the responses to this request for expressions of interest came back, and we received one proposal for each region, which meant to us that the tourism industry in that area and the organizations saw the opportunity and took the opportunity to come together to work with the government in moving this forward. So we are in the process of reviewing these submissions. We've met with about half of the organizations that have submitted these proposals, and we're working now towards the creation of transfer payment agreements with each of the organizations so that they can begin moving forward and putting new resources against supporting the tourism industry in each region. And their funding has been provided to support the creation of these new organizations. So there was an initial allocation of $40 million provided. Last year is confirmed in this year's budget. And after further discussions with the industry, that was increased by $25 million. So in the next 2 years, the province of Ontario will be putting $130 million to support these new organizations. And we think that we know that there's net new dollars out there to support tourism in the province of Ontario. In our conversations that we've had already with organizations around the province that are going to be running and leading these regional tourism organizations, we already know there's plans afoot to put these dollars to good use to both promote tourism opportunities in regions, as well as do the kind of development work that gets those tourism experiences and products to a market-ready status. Every region of the province, except Toronto and Ottawa, because they have strong, robust destination marketing fee programs, will see a significant increase in the funding that's available to support tourism promotion and development. And starting in 2012, the industry will have the opportunity to collect something called a regional tourism levy. Right now in the province of Ontario, through the Retail Sales Tax Acts, there's an exemption for what are called destination marketing fees. I know there's a program in place in this city, there's a program in place in other communities in Eastern Ontario which collects these. One of Saubert's recommendations was to bring greater consistency to the collection of that. There needs to be put in place to cover bigger areas, and we need a more consistency and more rules around how those were collected to ensure that there was some good practices. There have been some practices in certain parts of the province which have caused the government concern in terms of how destination marketing fees work. Hasten to add, it's not in this part of the province. So what will happen is that within each of these regions, the industry will have the opportunity to decide if it wants to collect a regional tourism levy. If the answer is yes, then the Ministry of Revenue for the province of Ontario will collect it and remit it back to these regional tourism organizations. It's very similar to the approach that's used in Quebec, where there are 22 tourism regions, 21 of them have opted for this kind of a regional tourism levy in that province. So in terms of moving forward, the regional tourism organizations will be in place in some places as early as this summer. The new funding that is available to support new marketing, new development opportunities is in place. It's in the 2010-11 fiscal year of the province of Ontario, which is where we are right now. And by 2012, as I indicated, the industry will have access to ongoing funding through a regional tourism levy. We really think that this is an opportunity for the industry in the province of Ontario that's very significant. The amount of money that we're putting forward, we think, used well by the industry, will be a real benefit to each of the tourism regions around the province, and we think that in the future, through an RTL, there's a real opportunity to generate significant resources to support the industry. And one of the things that's guided us through the whole exercise with Mr. Sorbera, and as we've gone through this regional tourism initiative, is that it's about the industry providing advice to us. We haven't decided who's going to be on the board of directors of the regional tourism organizations. We've asked the industry to decide that. We haven't decided who should come together to form the regional tourism organizations. We've asked the industry to decide that. And so we believe that with the industry taking the lead, the right decisions with the right resources can be put in place. So thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about what we're working on, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.